Lo que tengo que mirar es por qué me sale la pantalla Canva. Ahí.
What are you doing with your time now that you're back in Whitechapel?
I've decided to help the poor and sick of the neighborhood by handing out medicine.
That's very charitable of you. But why do it at night?
I've noticed that the most desperate people tend to go out after dark. Hence my presence, to help them when I can.
Giving out medicine? How can you afford to do that?
I am a rich widow, Dr. Reid. My departed husband left me enough money to last the rest of my life. I can spend some on those who don't have any.
Why don't you move to a better neighborhood?
I thought about it, I confess. To go back to the same empty home every day still hurts me a lot.
Why stay here then?
I am a woman of habit, Dr. Reid. And for now, I am happier being useful in a familiar place than I would be anywhere else.
Goodbye, Fun.
Vale. El rollo es saber por dónde coño tengo que ir. Y esta está ocupada. Y es aquí. Ya fui por este lado. Ah, me falta mirar. ¿Sabes lo que me falta mirar? La joya ventana que no podíamos abrir. Vale. Tampoco me he mejorado nada, pero he cogido mucho. Vale, aquí está todo tratado. Bien. Aquí la que estaba también. Me falta el centro de salud, que son 2. Y esta de aquí. Vale, y de inventario, ¿cómo voy yo de medicamentos? Pues escaso de alguna cosilla, pero bueno. A lo mejor tengo que entrar por lo del... Uy, una rata, un aperitivo.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
¿Y a mí qué me cuenta? Yo no le digo que no a la comida, coño. No me sea finoli. Nota que viene de un estos ricos, los cabros, el cabrón. Vamos a ver. ¿Por dónde era para entrar aquí arriba? Por aquí. Ay, no me vas a entrar, ¿no?
I cannot enter.
Vamos a la leche.
It's locked, all right.
Vale, quiere que venga a esta misión, pero sin poder entrar en esta misión. No me jodas, en serio. No entiendo por qué. ¿Qué carajo tengo que hacer? La misión que me falta es esta. Y la del ciego. Y esta tampoco me dice nada exactamente. Anda, tengo que hablar con este hombre. Vale, pues tengo que ir para allá. Y que me dice que también que vaya a hablar con este hombre. Bueno, vamos a aprovechar y vamos a hablar con el primero, con el ciego, y luego te tiro para allá. Aquí había antes un guardia o algo. Ah, no, aquí no. Voy a hablar con este hombre. Es por aquí. Vamos, gente. A ver si podemos hacer una misión. Que creo que me sigue faltando una carta de ciego, pero... Aquí no me dice nada. No sé yo si a lo mejor esa puerta se tiene que abrir con una habilidad de sigilo. La verdad que no lo sé. Hostia, estos son vampiros. Aquí habrá alguien que me ayude. ¿Sí? Vale, ahora el rollo es atraerme a estos vampiros hasta donde están esos tíos. Vale, F. No me va, ¿y por qué puedes disparar tú lejos? Hostia, me está haciendo bucaque. Vale, me he cargado los 3. Y no me he gastado mucho. Bueno, también que tengo más nivel. 3 de 4, no está mal. Hay una luz, algo ahí. Pero bueno. No sé si he cogido todo. No. Pero bueno. Decía yo que necesitaba ayudita aquí, niño. Porque contra 2, complicado. Pero si los 2 se pelean entre ellos y encima de ellos me moní. La que sale ganando soy yo. Alguien ha matado 3 y no sé qué más daño ha hecho. Bueno, así te fatal. Después se la liba a ese idiota que está ahí.
Good evening, Mr. Swanborough.
Is it you, Dr. Reid? Please come in.
Ya me la pasa bien, cabrón.
This part of town at night, you're either brave or a
A ver si podemos.
do for you, Doctor.
How is the sanitary situation evolving in Whitechapel these days?
I hear them hissing and scratching at my door every night. The sick made mad by the fever. But these walls are thick, and my lock is solid.
Vale, esto es por la muerte de la...
Your sister seems to believe this miracle elixir business is somehow doing you good.
Loretta believes that keeping busy is what I need to be happy.
And is she wrong?
My sister is wrong about almost everything. But as long as she thinks she's in charge, she can be nice.
Vale, no tengo nada más para ella.
Goodbye, Mr. Swanborough.
Vaya mierda, no tengo nada para ayudarlo.
Either brave or a fool.
Me cago en todo. Vale, el rollo es... Yo tengo un tipejo ahí. Vamos, venga.
Bloody monster!
You cannot win this.
Oh, mine, vermin!
¿En serio me da? Tu muerto, vete a por la del otro, idiota.
Don't you know better? End to you.
Oh, te viene a por mí el tío, siempre. Vete a por él.
You're bleeding. You're feeble. You cannot win this.
Dos de uno. Eso es, distracción a tope. Ah, por cierto, no tengo que venirme para acá. Tenía que irme para otro lado. Hombre, esta arma me la puedo mejorar. Esta pistola también me la puedo mejorar. Sí. Buah, tengo un montón. Mejorarla. ¿Esto qué es? Daño. Dale tú más daño. Estoy siendo mucho, tío. 20 y 18. Bueno, me voy a tener que poner esto, porque este aumenta 3% del daño y esto también. El aturdimiento. Y a 40 de aturdimiento. Pues me subiría hasta 21. Bueno. Pues con esto tengo ya aquí más o menos. Y esto no tengo. Me voy a poner de arma secundaria. Y va. Por si acaso. Vale. Esto tiene... Con lo que me gasto recursos y que no... Y que dé por culo usar las armas, tío. Vale. Voy a hablar con ese individuo. Porque yo no sé aquí... ¿Por qué no me sale que es en esta zona donde tengo que ir? Vale, esto estoy bien. Y no encuentro nada para... ¿Sabes? ¿A qué me refiero? Me dice que aquí el círculo donde tengo que encontrar el secreto que falta. Y aquí no veo un carajo. A no ser que sea dentro de su casa. Me había enterado yo. De que antes había... Verás, me falta... Me dice que me falta uno y que está dentro de su casa. Bueno, dentro. Me abarca casi toda esta zona, me cago en todo. Va a probar que está dentro de su casa.
Good evening, Mr.
Is it you?
Vale, revisa todo.
In this part of town at night, you're either brave or a fool. What can I do for you, Doc?
No, contigo no quiero hablar, si no...
Goodbye.
No te digo nada, no...
What kind of gentleman pays visits to people at this late hour?
A ver, tiene que haber algún secreto que se me esté escapando. ¿Dónde?
Tell me, how do you see the world these days?
¿Dónde se me estará escapando esto que me dice que falta aquí? Ni idea. A lo mejor esto es un fallo del juego también, o a lo mejor no tenía planteado para que funcione así.
It's locked.
No sé, esto es lo único que me falta, pero claro, si, para conseguir esto tengo que matarlo. Para la opción de robar no tengo en este juego.
What kind of gentleman
Vaya por Dios.
visits to people at this late hour?
Porque robar un ciego tampoco que sea tan difícil, coño. Me faltaría algo. O a lo mejor tengo que robar, a lo mejor tengo que matar a la hermana para tenerlo. Esa es la opción. Bueno, aquí nada más puedo hacer. Ya que podía hacerlo, pero no me da el jodido juego. La puerta tampoco es seguro. ¿A dónde tengo que ir ahora? Aquí llegaría al mismo sitio, o sea que da igual. Está fuerte el hombre, ¿eh? Al final tenía que haberlo matado yo, pero bueno. Coño uno. Otra vez está este aquí. No suele pasar aquí casi nunca, ¿eh? Coño, me has dado. No me da nada, tío. Me cago en todo. 5 de experiencia siempre, tío. Con muchos 10.
Bloody monster!
Veamos. Dos por uno, niño. Con miedo de pistola da por culo que flipa. Me matan niveles bajos, yo no sé. O sea, aquí me salía a nivel 30 los cabrones. O sea, niveles bajos. No entiendo. Veo una casa que se podía entrar. ¿O era cosa mía? Ah, esta. Aquí sí se ha pasado nada. Interesante. Vayamos al centro salud. Ahora leche. El timing, tío. Me equivoqué, iba a tirar el último, ¿verdad? Vamos allá. A la plantilla. A la plantilla ya no me sale nada para escanear ni nada. Qué mierda. Tengo que curar aquí a 2 personas. Vamos a hablar con el tipo.
Hello, Jonathan. How are things on the West End front?
Complicated, my friend. The rich and powerful feel threatened by the disease and have asked me to put an end to it.
Yes, it is resolving. It suddenly increases in urgency when it affects those who matter.
Do you know Aloysius Dawson, the famous tycoon, is well versed in vampire and occult knowledge?
No, I did not. But that is no surprise. For half a century, it has been quite the trend for English nobility to join secret societies and occult circles.
But Aloysius Dawson is only a rich merchant.
Yes, richer than Croesus. Wealth is more respected than title these days, even in England.
Did he contact the Brotherhood of St. Paul? Try to join your group?
It would not surprise me, but I am certain he's never been a member.
It looks like the epidemic is spreading to the western districts of London. I am trying to locate the source of the infection.
It won't be an easy task, my friend. This disease is highly contagious.
Do you not think epidemiology could be helpful in this matter? To retrace the origin of infection through time and topology.
If anyone can perform such a miracle, it will be you, Dr. Reid.
Since this epidemic is evidently linked to the vampire curse, we must find the original carrier to understand where it comes from.
I admire your logic, Jonathan, but be careful. Rationality, when it comes to your kind, is not always a reliable lens.
Does the Brotherhood of St. Paul know anything about the Ascalon Club?
Well, I'm afraid that's unlikely. Ascalon is a sensitive topic, and whatever material the Brotherhood has, I may not have access to.
Who could answer me then?
Usher Talltree, our current primate, may be the only one able to answer you. He's a discreet man who lives in the West End.
Thank you for your time, Edgar. Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reid.
Do you need medical help yourself, Nurse?
I'm afraid I've contracted some illness, Dr. Reid.
Not under my watch, Nurse. Take this. You'll feel better.
Thank you, Dr. Reid.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins. I cannot enter.
I understand. Sit there. For God's sake. We're still alive and healthy. Can't you be satisfied with that? We have no reason to be here. I have not survived being buried in a mass grave for these trivialities.
Hello again, Mr. Blythe. I'm happy to see Mr. Thatcher is safe, for now.
I'm eternally grateful, Doctor. We were total strangers and you helped us anyway. Can't thank you enough, sir.
Are you concerned about the living conditions in the city?
Of course I am. I'll be stuck here for as long as Oswald refuses to go to hospital. And, unfortunately, it seems the violence is rising.
What kind of violence?
I believe people have armed themselves and started to attack those that show signs of contagion.
You are always welcome at the Pembroke Hospital. As a former officer, I'll be honored to welcome a fellow veteran.
I'm not giving up on bringing Oswald back to the hospital. I just need to convince him that he needs some help.
Perhaps he needs to reach that decision by himself.
Could you speak to him? He doesn't usually listen to doctors, but perhaps because you've been through it, you can talk him round.
Why do you stay here now that Mr. Thatcher's back?
It's complicated. Since the war, Oswald's been really nervous with the idea of entering any hospital. And me, I've I've got my own issues.
Can you speak about them?
Rats, sir. Even seeing one, they turn me. Just want to run. It's that fear that stopped me from going after Oswald when he left.
What can you tell me about the war, Mr. Blight? If you want to speak about it, of course.
War was... well, you know, sir. The stench of death everywhere. Your mates lying bleeding in the mud. Just praying to make it through and get home. Bloody nightmare.
Did you know Oswald Thatcher before the war?
No. We met in the battlefield. I think we're in the same boat to France. We've stuck together ever since.
I fought in France, too. I served as a field surgeon, but it was not uncommon to repel an assault, especially at night.
Yeah. The first time I was wounded, I had to protect the infirmary from hostiles. Twice.
What caused your phobia of rats, Newton?
It happened last year following an artillery attack. I was trapped for 2 days in a hole under 2 dead soldiers. And there were rats.
Go on.
It started eating me as soon as I dozed. Gnawing at my ears, my fingers, lips. I couldn't move. Couldn't call for help.
I see.
No, you don't. You have no idea what it is to wake up buried under bodies. Fucking vermin eating your flesh. Oswald. He found me and saved me.
Goodbye, Mr. Blight. Take care of yourself. Hello again, Mr. Blight.
Good evening, Doctor.
Do you need medical attention?
Afraid so. In the war, I was always worried about picking up something, getting some infection. Unfortunately, I've got that fear in London now.
Throughout history, some diseases have done more damage to armies than any weapon created by man. You are wise to be careful.
You're working at the Pembroke Hospital, aren't you? That's a good enough reason for me and Oswald to go there.
Goodbye, Mr. Blight. Take care of yourself. Good evening.
Evening, Dr. Reid.
Are you concerned about the conditions here in London?
Not really. Sick people, men in arms, fighting every night. I already faced all this during the war.
Mr. Thatcher, do you have a job?
No. Since I came back from the war, I spent most of my time and energy just trying to forget.
I understand what you mean. I was a soldier too.
No. Nobody can truly understand what I've gone through.
Why were you locked in that sewer? What happened?
I went by the canal after an argument with a friend. Got chased by these fucking wankers and had to barricade myself in, despite my claustrophobia.
Why did you run? What was the reason for your argument?
Newton wanted me to go to a hospital, but I can't stand being closed in. It makes me feel like I'm suffocating.
Tell me about your claustrophobia. Has anyone given you an official diagnosis?
That's what the bloody doctor said. But I don't want to go to a hospital to get checked again. I'll deal with it my own way.
Oswald, why did you not go to the Pembroke Hospital to seek medical help?
I don't trust doctors. All they care about is their careers and processes. I won't be locked in any room again by anyone.
Your fear of being trapped is not going to go away by itself. You need professional help.
I've seen enough butchers in white coats to last a lifetime. Hospitals reek of chemicals and death. What I need is fresh air.
Do you want to talk about why you have this fear of being enclosed, Mr. Thatcher?
No, I really don't.
An irrational fear like yours is usually rooted in a specific event. Perhaps it would help to talk about it.
Well, Doctor, take a guess then if you're so interested in my case.
When I rescued you, you expressed joy at seeing the sky again. So I'm inclined to believe you were trapped or buried somehow. Maybe during the shelling.
Jeez, you're good, Doc. You're really good.
Go on, please. Tell me more about it.
Newton and I were trapped in a circulation tunnel after an artillery attack. We were buried alive for several days without ever knowing if we'd be found.
Oswald, tell me about what happened when you were buried in that tunnel with Newton.
It was more than dark. It was black as pitch. Hours seemed like days, and days like months. Oh, the terror. The shameful thoughts. Lord have mercy.
What you endured was terrifying. It would have completely destroyed weaker men.
It did not destroy Newton.
Shameful thoughts. Tell me about them.
At some point, I don't remember which day, but when I thought we'd never be rescued, that this would be our end, I thought about...
Say it, Mr. Thatcher. If you ever want to heal, you have to say it.
Yeah, I thought about what I could do to survive, just for a few more days. I thought about killing Newton. Killing and eating him. The man I fucking love.
Señores, se confirma aquí uno folla más que otro, niño. Ya no puede ser. Y hay mariconeo.
Tell me about your true feelings for Newton.
I love him. I'm not ashamed to say it. He's the best thing that ever happened to me. I can't imagine life without him.
Why should you be ashamed?
I'm not, I said. But Newton sees it differently.
I admire your honesty. It takes courage to stand up to society. The world needs people like you to create change.
Courage is what we needed in the trenches, looking death in the face every day. I speak plain. I speak my mind.
Have you always been this straightforward?
All I know is, before you saved me by the sewer, my only regret was I wouldn't be able to hold or kiss Newton again. I love him, that's all.
Goodbye, Mr. Thatcher. Try to take care of yourself.
Venga, contenido nuevo, gente.
Sometimes you act like a real jerk, you know that?
Oh, come on, Ozzy, don't be like that.
What, like what? Like someone who felt betrayed by the man he loves? Did you ever even try to find me? Rescue me?
You know, it's not like that. I wanted to. I was so afraid to leave the hospital, not to be seen with you.
Look, we survived this shit together. That's all that matters. I know you did your best.
Y aquí espiando.
Fuck the wall, right? And fuck them all.
Fuck the wall. Fuck them all.
Bye. Gente.
I can't understand why you still care for this bloody city.
For God's sake. We're still alive and healthy.
It's locked, all right.
Get over it now.
Ah, ella. Pero aquí tiene cosas para mí. No me deja cogerlo, tío.
Hello again, Mr.
Good evening, Dr. Reid. You doing...
You and Oswald were buried alive during the war. Tell me about it.
Yeah. It was last summer. A shell hit our trench and we were buried for a week.
Oswald seemed far more traumatized than you by the event.
It wasn't the first time it happened to me. Surviving it again gave me strength. You believe that?
How did you survive for a week?
Luckily for us, there were rations and water in the tunnel. It was an outpost, see? Since then, Oswald's not keen on being inside for too long.
How do you feel about Oswald, Thatcher? You are more than friends, aren't you?
I love him. I love Oswald. We knew we wouldn't survive the war without each other. But I am terrified, Doctor.
What frightens you so much?
What if people find out? Oswald says I'm ashamed, but it ain't that. It's more, well... You know... I never thought I'd love a man.
Maybe a time will come when you'll not have to hide who you are. But for now, I can only advise caution.
I know, Dr. Reid. Oswald wouldn't survive behind bars. He wouldn't live long if we were separated.
Goodbye, Mr. Blight.
Otro rollo.
Good evening.
Evening, Dr. Reid.
Newton is conflicted about his feelings towards you. Would you like to talk about it, Oswald?
It makes me sad and angry. It feels like the beautiful thing we have is somehow tainted. It hurts to see him so lost.
His love for you is genuine. I'm certain he wasn't lying to me when he expressed his feelings for you.
Newton still has to accept it, knowing he'll be seen as a queer, a fairy, less than a man in those simple-minded bigots' eyes. Though he's more of a man than they'll ever be, so fuck them all.
Goodbye, Mr. Thatcher. Try to take care of yourself.
Vale, mucha información hemos tenido. ¿Información interesante? No, mariconeo solo. Tengo que ir a curar lo que me falta. Que me faltan dos pringados en esta zona. Lo mejor que puedo hacer es cruzar para acá. Ahí, tochete, Ya tengo dos habilidades al máximo. De armas legendarias. Bueno, al máximo también. Esto lo tengo al 1, tío, vaya mierda. Y esto al 3 y al 1. Lo de vida estoy poco... Energía 145, 800. Salud, poquito. ¿Te cuenta salud? Hostia, no tenía que haber gastado la bala, tío. Eso, mejor. Mejor así. Tengo que cruzar para allá. Qué mierda. a enterar. Ay, macho. Hice de experiencia, no está mal, Vale, esto yo lo había registrado una vez, pero me da cosas de nivel 3. Tengo que ir de aquí, subir, saltar para acá, meterme por aquí, saltar por aquí, meterme por aquí y llegar hasta aquí. ¿Y por dónde se subía? Desde cuestión. Por aquí tendría que ser, pues si no, no. Aquí ya hay bichos. No, esta zona era segura, ¿no? Vale. No, esta no era la zona segura. Vale, 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 ya sé dónde estoy. Ah, este es 28, Me levanto. Uy, ¿qué me da? ¡Hostia! ¿Ahora no puede disparar hacia arriba? ¿Qué ha pasado? Espérate con esos idiotas. Normal. Hostia. Me has quitado mi presa, cabrón. Cabrón, se hizo para atrás y en ese momento se me escapó. Aquí está todo a nivel 29, cabrones. Vaya mierda. Vale, limpieza. Necesito. No viene lo que está en la punta arriba, creo yo. Pues bueno. Tampoco pasa nada. Tengo que ir para... aquí... meterme en este follón y luego cruzar para acá. Y aquí curar la peña. Falta una tía para curar. Vamos para allá. Por aquí. Bueno, por aquí puedo ir. No me puedo ir por el otro lado.
is about playing true. Otherwise.
No creo que vaya a encontrar ninguna información nueva, ¿no? Sí, ok, aquí. 24.
Give me your blood!
Arrodíllate ante mí. Bueno, que tengo aquí montar. Buah. ¿En serio? ¿Y dónde están los...? Mierda. Se me está juntando demasiado. Demasiada peña. Aquí maté uno, ¿no? Esto lleno de guardias, esto lleno de zombies, tío. Bueno, vampiro. Pero digo zombie porque venía de Wildlife. Vale, no mata ni una jodida rata, me lo dejan todo para mí.
I have this thirst for blood.
Se me han mejorado todas las pasivas, tío. Cuesta un huevo ya, ¿eh? De nivel 26. De 22 a 26. 10.000 subí 2 niveles nada más. Subí 4 niveles. Poco. Curo a esta mujer y ya está.
Glad to see you again, Mr. Reid.
Are you worried about the sanitary situation in London?
There are rumors of infected people turned mad by the fever and roaming the streets, attacking everyone they see. Is it true?
As long as you stay away from the streets, you should be all right.
I hope you're right, Dr. Reid. We feel kind of left alone around here.
Do you need my medical attention, Miss Paxton?
I can keep going, Dr. Reid.
Of course you can, Miss Paxton. But I wouldn't recommend it. Please, take this. You will feel better.
Thank you, Dr. Reid. Thank you. Really.
Goodbye, Miss Paxton.
A ver, ¿cómo estamos de todo? ¿Cómo está la peñíscola? Aquí curándose Tokiski. Aquí más o menos. Esta está grave, jodida. Esta se anote. Aquí no he tenido que matar a nadie. Por ahora. Esta grave porque me cargué a la muchacha. Aquí todo bien. Y este no sé si me acabaré cargando, pero también. Viendo cómo está la situación. Buena gente. Menos limpieza que me he pegado. ¿Cómo estoy de productos? Hostia, me puedo mejorar con un arma. A ver. Vamos a ver, vamos a ver. Ah, hermano, porque total, tengo solo una munición. Vale, otra que tengo ahí al máximo menos la mejora. Y las armas grandes pues no he jugado con ellas. Considero que no son muy favorables. Aunque claro, le meto un hachazo de las grandes, pues eso sería igual a aturdir, a morder y a neutralizar. Pues entonces a lo mejor ahí sí me conviene. Pues, espérate, lo fíjate tú aquí. Me apunto a la fiesta. Esta gente no me lo había cargado yo, morí en un momento que no me acuerdo. ¿Qué me da? Encima tengo las teclas que me equivoco siempre. No conseguí muchos puntos, ¿no? No maté a todo aquí. O a lo mejor sí. Y no me di cuenta. No sé. Voy poniendo las minas. Voy dando por culo las minitas. Vamos a ir dejando por ahí.
Here we go.